guys again, familiar faces. Craig Bernard, who's a staple at our courses. It's cool to have Craigo along with us for the next couple of days, and I'm sure he'll love playing in the sand just as much as everyone else.
Love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
and Andrew Spence, guys. I've worked with Spencey for a long time. He travelled around with me for probably, I want to say 5-6 years, when we were doing probably 20 to 30 motocross courses a year around the place. So Andrew's worked with us a long time. His background is similar to mine in riding and racing dirt bikes and motocross, and has been a coach for a long time as well in that part of the world. So it's great to have him coming across and doing a little bit more with us. Feel natural to want to have the rear of the bike to come around, because you think it's going to come around and might grab it and high side you, but if you get a little bit of that speed out, that slide starts to feel a little bit more doable. Then you start edging up the confidence, and yeah, and then you feel it. But probably the hardest thing, even when people really get a hang of getting the rear to come around, the final step with that process is to get that steering to come in with it. So you're just battling in your brain everything that's ingrained in there. Because normally when that happens, you've just gone out of control a little bit, so your brain's naturally like, straighten this all back up. Like, we want to get it straight again. That's your natural go-to. But you've got to picture this as not being out of control, it's totally in control, and it's a technique where you're trying to change direction, and it takes a bit to break through that mental barrier of having... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121,
being in that crouch position, he's still moving and adjusting his weight on the bike. If you're clipped on with your butt, you're doing whatever the bike's doing, you're just getting pushed around.
We can still talk about the techniques you need to go through and to demonstrate them, no problem at all here, because it's soft enough to do that at least. Yeah, it's one of those things. We were just talking about good decisions. We haven't really spoken too much about that. We talk about it a lot at our level 1 course, because adventure riding's about good decisions the whole time, and it's about making good decisions. Really ripping my cut off in there. About making good decisions nice and early. So sometimes better not to ever get in this position. And you can say, oh, I didn't know this terrain was coming up, I've never done that ride, and that's absolutely fair call. But at some point you go from a firm surface to sand, because it wasn't sand when you rode off your driveway in the morning. Backwards and forwards, and time the clutch use with the forward momentum, so you can get a bit of this going on. Try second gear at the back of the seat as much as you can. Too long, and it just makes for a nice exit as opposed to first. So yeah, there's, you know, it's just about managing and trying to get some kind of traction, so you transfer that rear wheel spinning into some forward momentum movement. I'll do one more in second again. Up on the foot pegs too early. Don't try and jump up on the foot pegs and get in the standing position too quick. A lot of riders, as soon as they get some forward movement, it's like, I'm moving, and fall off. Stay seated for 50 metres. Wait till you're really feeling comfortable and you've got that forward momentum, then stand up. But there's no rush to get your feet up and get up on the foot pegs. So don't wreck your good work 20 metres later because you're worried about trying to stand up. Alright, so yeah, take your time, get it going before you try and, you know, get up on the foot pegs. That's one we see people come unstuck with all the time. They do all the hard work, and then trying to get up in the standing position too quickly is what bites you. Who feels like they've done that before? We see it a lot in creek crossings too. Riders try and get going, or they get stuck, and then they get moving again in the middle of a creek crossing and feel the need to have to stand up straight away. And they hit the next bowling ball under the water and bang, they're in the drink again. So sometimes it doesn't need to be pretty, okay? Forgo looking good, but just getting the job done. It's worth it.